Hey guys, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Well, it didn't take me long to start ripping into my new truck, did it? So like I said in a previous video, I wanted to clean up the wiring that was sitting up here. I have a GPS and of course a backup camera and a dash cam, and I had them kind of all on the top. Only got one 12 volt power outlet. So I've taken the dash apart. It's actually quite easy. There's two screws that sit up here. You take those off and everything unclips. You can see these clips here. The whole bezel comes off. I just have the normal small radio. So because of that fact, I got a lot of room back there. It's kind of cavernous back there. So I decided to keep it simple, and so I could remove it if I want to. I just spliced into one area. That's all I had to do. I'll show you where I picked up power. So down here is the 12 volt power plug, sometimes referred to by old people as a cigarette lighter, down there. So I just took and spliced into the wiring right down there. I found the 12 volts, measured it with my multimeter, and spliced in the wire, soldered it up and taped it up so that I could get power to this little thing, which used to sit on my dash. So it's a 12 volt, I guess it's a separator, so one 12 volt in and you get 3 plugs out. So I've just plugged in everything in there, and then I'll just put this bezel back in place. So two of the wires, just use some clips and stuff to thread it around back, and they're going to sit up top here. This is where the little thing sits up here, and I got what they call a goat mount right here for my GPS. That goes in there, so the GPS will go right there, and it'll just plug into the little GPS connector, and then this one will plug into my rear camera there, the halo view. And when I'm not using it, I just tuck it out of the way, because I only really need that when I'm towing, so I don't need the wires hanging out everywhere, so I can just tuck it back out of the way. And then I got a new thing. If you look up here, I just got a new dash cam to review. That'll be coming up shortly. I used to have the Garmin right down there. That's my Garmin dash cam. But I'm getting a new dash cam that's a 2K, or it can also show a rear view and a forward view, so that's going to be cool. Anyway, what I did is I ran the wire along the top and down the door pillar there. I just had to take out a couple screws to get enough wiggle room to get the wire. So it's neatly tucked out of the way, and then it tucks along the door. There's a little strip I can tuck, and it goes underneath. Everything's tucked, and then it comes in right under here somewhere and plugs in. So that's cool. The wire will be totally out of the way. So that's going to be a lot nicer, a lot cleaner. So let me put this together and I'll give you an idea of what it's going to look like. Now, first let's just do a little test. There we go. So you can see the Garmin red light's on, that light's on. So she should be good to go. As far as this thing goes, it just kind of fit perfectly back there, and I used some double-sided mounting tape to hold it in place. I didn't screw it or anything, so it's in there really solid. And if I ever do get some kind of bad connection going on with these, this thing is super easy to pull off. Okay, back in place. And this little plastic thing, I had to open up. There's a couple, there actually was a couple holes for wiring there. I just had to open them up a little bit more with a drill. And now we'll put our little goat mount back. Okay, much nicer. So now when we get in the car, we can just put our GPS on, like so. There we go. Everything's nice and clean, no wires hanging around. Cool. So let's just try the backup camera display. There we go. So I just have to plug that in there. When I'm not using it, I can tuck that wire out of the way. So I have a couple options with the Halo View display. I can use the beanbag mount that I demoed in the last video, or when I showed the review for this, I'm going to be putting it up on my mirror here. I'm going to strap it on with a couple of elastic things, because like I say, I only use this when I'm actually towing the fifth wheel, so when I'm not using it, I don't need it at all. And I like it up by the mirror, and it doesn't really matter if it blocks my rear view mirror. It doesn't block the whole rear view mirror, but when I'm towing, all I see behind me is the front of the fifth wheel. I don't see anything else, so that'll act as a rear view. And the dash cam there, you can see those wires hanging. That's for my new dash cam, and I'm going to be reviewing soon. Here it is here, Accessory Tradesman Pro HD Dual 1080p car DVR with Sony Starvis Wi-Fi and GPS. So looks like it's got a lot of features to it. So yeah, I'm gonna take the old Garmin out and replace it with this more modern one and do a review for you guys on it. So stay tuned for that. Till next time, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Cheers everyone.